like that both the males and the females have tusks. Because sometimes, like, males of a species get the cooler features, but in walrus, everybody gets tusks.
That's a good point.
I should have known some strange animal fact was going to come out.
I definitely did not just Google that real fast.
That's fantastic. Heyo, welcome to Ch64 Chats, a monthly podcast with a rotating cast of Ch64 members that we have made into this community event, later to be posted in the Ch64 YouTube as a sort of low-key podcast. For anyone watching here on YouTube, this was recorded live in the community Discord, so if you want to hang out with us in the chat and ask questions, make sure you follow that link below to join us. For those here, we're so glad you are. We've made this a Discord stage so that we can share our screens with you, and you can chat with us and ask questions in the stage chat. So this is a special episode. We have got the supporting cast with us here. We've got Lucy Tiger, Stowe, Elegant Elephant, and Basil, and of course myself, introducing everybody. So firstly, what's everybody been up to? Stowe, what have you been up to?
Stuff. We just got done building some cool stuff in the Halloween district. That was super awesome. That was a lot of fun. I enjoyed that. But yeah, I've been spending a lot of time over in my own little area doing some cool stuff, doing like a eclectic castle with lots of different colors and stuff. So
it's looking great. Fun. It's also looking intimidating, very much so.
Oh,
no. Stowe.
Yeah, try being his next door neighbor.
Oh, quiet. Thank you.
I have mixed feelings on Stowe being here on the supporting cast because it's so intimidating. It's inspiring and it's great, but I'm always quick to be like, slow down. You're making me feel bad. Lucy,
you make me blush.
What have you been up to lately?
Let's see. I left the server for like 2 weeks. No, I had to move, so yeah, I couldn't interact for a while, and that was really sad. I missed everybody, but yeah, I was working on the Halloween area, helping Benish out and doing some builds and planning out a base next door to Stowe. That's not difficult at all.
Right. Yeah. Oh no, not intimidating at all. It's totally fine. Which I should mention, we are actually at one of those builds right now. This is in the supporting cast kind of starting area. So we had our starting city island of saltwater, and this is the supporting cast starting area. Have you guys named it yet?
No.
Never mind.
Well, maybe we should.
Maybe. I think it's Stowwater.
Stowwater.
Oh.
All right, so we need some names in the chat because Stowwater is just the no.
No, I didn't think so.
Elle, what have you been up to lately?
Well, I've been a bit slow. I just finished my starter base, and I haven't left the starter area at all.
Which is totally fine. It's looking amazing too. I love the view you've got over there.
Oh yeah, it's really cool.
And Basil?
I can see the whole starter bay.
Oh, I know, it's so nice. And Basil, what have you been up to lately?
Nothing pretty, unfortunately. I've been digging a giant hole. I'm going to try and make a slime farm. And be planning out some minor updates around the starter area as well.
Minor crafter
Nothing
updates.
interesting, I'm afraid. Yeah. Exactly.
Right. All right. So we'll hop into the main topic a little bit. We'll kind of do this similar as we did last week with the last month. Time is crazy. But last month when we talked with some of the newer members of Ch64, we got into invitations. So we'll do a kind of quick version of that. Because we went through one by one there and we got into a lot of the admin behind the scenes, but we don't want to turn this into that. So we're just going to say, for invitations in regards to supporting cast, we voted on all these members as well, including the exact same as we did as cast members. So no one here asked to be invited, and as we previously said, we keep it at a pretty high percentage of 80% positive to pass. So everybody here specifically invited, no one asked. We do keep an eye on different people in the community and different things, and just people that we are excited to play with and build alongside and interact with. So, let's get into first impressions, though. Why are you here? Why did you say yes? Basil, we'll work backwards this time.
I mean, it was just out of the blue. It was very. I didn't expect anything like that. I've been hanging out in the Discord for a while, and yeah, it was incredibly flattering. And who doesn't want to come on and get intimidated all the time about their building?
Right. So
Yep.
what brought you to the community Discord, to Channel 64?
Oh, initially, I think it was through the through Duds. I think I'd heard of and listened to him previously, and he joined you guys. And yeah, as soon as I started looking at all the videos, yeah, just joined to say hello.
Yeah, I believe I saw your name first through the Withering Effect podcast, Dud's podcast Discord.
Yes, that's right. Yep.
Um,
Yeah, that was a while ago now.
It was a while ago, and so
Yep.
that's one where we hadn't interacted as much, but you'd been around for a while, and so a lot of people had seen your name, and then you showed up at the season 2 world tour, and so that was the first time we got to interact with you one-on-one.
Yeah, that's right. That was I think I just logged on in the morning and finally managed, because I'm in Australia time zone, so everything's awkward all the time.
Oh yeah,
I was finally able to actually join in one of the events, which was fantastic.
right. We do need to. I say this every time, but we need to be better at balancing time zones. I think this is actually pretty late for a lot of you. Normally, about 3 hours ago is the time that hits the most time zones. What
Yeah,
time?
okay. I think that'd be 4 in the morning.
3 hours ago? Oh no, you're
4 in
right.
the morning. Yeah.
That's horrible. So the most time
Yes,
zones
it would be.
aside from Australia, then.
Yeah, I think so. It's just awkward all the time.
That's fair. And then Elle, you have a long storied history with Channel 64. How did you get here?
Well, you invited me a while ago, I think. I don't know when it was actually.
That would have
But
been.
I've been hanging around in your Discord for ages, it feels. And yeah, I'm super honored to be here as a supporting cast member now.
Yeah, so Elle's been here since early season 1. You actually designed a build for our season 1 storyline that I think we didn't end up getting to use just because we were still figuring out story and fumbling our way through it. But I think being in our Discord for that long is an understatement, because like anybody can be in a Discord. Elle is regularly in the chat and has been for so long. Like, it's so easy to let any number of Discords fall flat. You've been in the chat forever.
Yeah, that makes me sound kind of obnoxious.
No, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to imply it like that at all.
No.
No, more so like honored because I'm honored to have you interacting with us as a group and as a friend, and like it shows that it was so much more than just you're here. You know, there's lots of Discords you're just here in. But no, it very much showed that you were part of the friend group for so long because of how much we were able to interact and stuff, even just through text and talking here and there.
Yeah, it's super great group to be around, that's for sure.
Which that leads to, so the introduction of supporting cast was actually a little before this season. So this season is the beginning of supporting cast as a whole. However, we started the process near the end of season 2, and so Elle was one of the driving forces to help design the administration headquarters at the end of last season.
Super cool build.
Yeah, with super cool interior.
Gorgeous build. And so that's one of the things that really cemented this as a great option and opportunity for all of us, and like having your guys' help as well as interacting, getting to play with you guys, is because it helps us do things. This is the kind of supporting side of things, is like it helps us get something together for the story, and all of us help out together with somebody leading the project more, so that we could one experience something new to all of us by the time we got to the end of the season, as well as just having the help in general to get some big project like that done in order to wrap up a season. It was awesome. Not enough can be said about how great supporting cast has been and how much it has added to our interactions. And so another part of that would be, I'm going to change up the order a little bit and hop over to Lucy to talk about what that's been like in regards to the Halloween district.
Yeah, that was a really fun project. I really enjoyed working with Benish on that. He had kind of mapped stuff out, and then I helped transfer it over from the creative world to the SMP, and just tried to fill things out while still leaving like big areas of space for the cast members. And I think it turned out fantastic. That was really fun to be a part of that build.
Oh, it's been great, and like it. I'm stuttering a bunch here, but it wouldn't have turned out as fantastic without all of the supporting cast builds adding to the area to really round things out. Holiday projects in general are a very daunting task for content creators, because it's signing up for a project with an immediate deadline. And who wants to do that? Like that's horrifying. Personally, I'm already looking at the next holiday event and I'm thinking, I would love to do this. I'm not putting it in my episode though, because it adds so much stress and pressure. So having supporting cast there to help fill out the area and help guide things has been tremendous help. And I'm gonna have to bounce back because I think I've changed the order a bit here. But from there, we'll go into talking with Stowe here about what it's been like outside of holiday events. Like, what have you been doing here on the server?
Well, I've been
Yeah.
a huge fan of you guys for quite a while. I found one of Jess's builds, the baby, and he doesn't like to be reminded of that. Sorry. Yeah, and I fell in love with Jess's content and started watching him. Then I started watching the rest of you guys and just loved all the content here, and super excited to be involved. I got invited to be a moderator on the Discord first, and that was quite the honor, and I was excited to do that. And then when you invited me to be a supporting cast, I jumped right on that. It's been super fun, making friends and hanging out, doing cool builds together. Yeah, loved every minute of it.
It's definitely been an extension of the community in general. Like, supporting cast has felt very much like, I mean, it is. It's just an extension of the community. There's nothing separating any of us aside from the fact of making content and not making content, and then having that extra time to go in and, I mean, you build a lot faster than us. That's for sure.
I have a little bit more time without the editing whole thing. Yeah, maybe.
Absolutely. So I did kind of skip over though, so we'll bounce back to just first impressions. I guess you did kind of address that you found us through Jess and the baby.
Yeah.
Wow, you really actually hit all those questions though. So never mind. We'll hop back to Lucy then, which is fitting because actually the order goes Stowe and then Lucy, and so Lucy, how did you end up here?
Yeah, you know when you throw this awesome party and you invite somebody and they bring their weird friend, and you're like, oh, okay. Yeah, that's me and Stowe. No, I've known Stowe for a few years now. We met on another SMP, and we've been playing Minecraft and D&D and Ark together for a long time. And he would not shut up about Channel 64 and how awesome everybody was and how amazing the builds were and the production values on the videos. And I had to come check it out for myself.
As he should.
I'm a cheerleader. What can I say?
Fantastic. So let's see. That's a good question then too. And so I'll try to not stick around this too long because I don't want these to be just just let's talk about how great Channel 64 is. But what drew you guys to be fans or viewers of Channel 64? What was it like to then join the community? We can start back over here with Basil.
Well, thanks. That seems the time to think. No, no. Like I said, I followed or seen you guys from the Withering Effect Discord initially. I think the first time was when you joined up for one of the episodes, and yeah, ever since then I've been watching everyone's episodes and really enjoy the builds. They're always very outside the box in terms of a lot of other Minecraft sort of builds and things, and the interactions are always just great between everybody. So yeah, absolutely loved it.
For sure. And then Elle, I think we kind of touched that you've been here for a while, but what are your thoughts on Channel 64 after all this time?
I was very impressed how well organized everything was from the beginning, really. And it's just the people are so nice, and you all are such great builders and storytellers, and it's just, why wouldn't I stick around?
Yeah, yep, that was all just very, tell us how much you love Channel 64. Oh no, seriously
Sorry,
though, it's
that's true.
great. So what was everybody's expectations then getting into Channel 64 and starting to build on the server and be around everybody?
I was a bit nervous. It's quite intimidating being surrounded by so many great builders. But it's also like, it's like being in a theme park with a backstage pass.
Fair.
It's like you get to see all
like
those
that.
nice buildings going up, and you're able to walk around and see like all the chest monsters behind, and you just get to see everything, and it's really cool.
Oh no, the behind the scenes. Like, look at all the
back
chess
of the build.
Yeah, look at all the chess monsters and backs of the builds they're not showing in their videos. But yeah, let's see. I'm gonna stick over here once more with Basil. What were your expectations? What was it like joining?
I don't know about expectations. It was pretty much what Elle said as well, to be honest. And get to see the behind the scenes. It's very interesting watching the videos and seeing the story. But for me, it's even more interesting seeing how they all come together as well. And both some of the planned, the unplanned, and just like the organic stuff come together.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's been really interesting.
And so let's see. I'm not sure where to shoehorn this in, but so going back to the fact that we're over here in the spawn area for the supporting cast. So this relates back to the fact that supporting casts do have the opportunity to build faster while not making content. That doesn't mean that everybody does, because there's no requirements necessarily on the supporting cast side. They don't need to, there's no deadlines to hit. There's no videos or anything like that. as much as just, hang out, have fun, and just kind of be around, they've really gone above and beyond, because the reality is we started it on, not necessarily giving any expectations of what this was going to be. We're just kind of learning as we go, and they've been around for stream days. They've been around for events. They've, like I said, helped in the backgrounds of the holiday events and built all of these gorgeous builds over here, which this is the creative version of the server. So this is a very outdated. We're due some travels over here. As well as selling objects. There's some shops over here. Lucy's been making banners galore. I think almost everybody has requested banners at this point.
Why are you so good at those?
They're so good.
Yeah, they're amazing.
Oh, you guys are very kind. Thank you.
But yeah, so let's see. We can touch on expectations some more, Lucy, if you'd like, or we can hop on to like fondest memory so far.
Oh man, I was scared to death to build my first thing on the server. Yeah, I just, yeah, after seeing everyone's builds and interacting with people, I'm just like, oh my gosh, everyone just pushes themselves so hard with their creativity and their innovation, and just like, wow, I gotta make sure I'm top notch here, adding something. But I I just really, really enjoyed everybody, and it's so rare to join a large group of people and genuinely enjoy each person that's in the group. And I love watching different people pair up. Like I was teasing Liv and Benish the other day. I could watch the Liv and Benish show all day long. I just love watching the different pairings of people and how everybody just really respects each other and just pushes each other to be their best and their building and their content creation. So that's really been inspiring to be a part of.
Absolutely. And that's one thing, like, for as much as I can take credit for all the admin and all the paperwork and the behind the scenes, that's luck. Like, that's luck in you guys. Like, we've just lucked out on having fantastic people. A lot of the people we find is just watching their content, and so I can't promise that, like, I don't know. I honestly can't tell you how we've ended up with such an amazing group, because what you said, everything you've said is true. Like,
It's like a family here.
right? Well, that's like
Yep.
Mark just showed up, just joined us, and so the Halloween stream event was Mark's first stream period, first of all, and second of all, first time interacting with us, a lot of us, in a regular way, and it was so natural. I think we've had so many calls and so many interactions with our group, and it's natural. Like, it's natural, and it's unnatural that it's so natural, if that makes any sense. Like, I can't put into words why or how, but it's fantastic.
I think the fact it's so organized helps that with a lot of that as well.
I mean,
what I was saying as well, or someone was saying.
I'd like to think so.
A lot of effort goes in behind the scenes, I think, to make sure that happens, or to at least give it a better chance of that happening.
That's fair, and that's all I can ask out of my role in Channel 64 from the very beginning, is just making sure that we're giving the best chance for success. But from there, let's see. So we'll talk more about fondest memories so far, and I'll open the floor up to anybody that wants to talk about the cool things that have happened. Because there's
for me, it was just being a part of the stream day on the Halloween event. That was so fun. I watched it later. That was fun too, but being a part of it, it made my day. So yeah, that was pretty awesome.
for sure. Which will release a little spoilers. We have started planning a holiday stream day event. So just because not everybody is able to make it to the Halloween stream day. Doesn't mean they won't be in future projects, and that is what I'm most excited for, is that rotating cast and being able to interact with different people at different times, because it goes back to everybody's life is busy, and so those fluctuations that happen within the natural course of content creation, we hit times where um life gets busy and we can't make content, and if we can't make content, we kind of can't play. We can go off somewhere else and build, but that doesn't happen as much. And so one of the reasons there for the supporting cast is it helps bring some stability to us. It's brought stability to the server, to the activity levels, to some of the time zones. Again, Basil right now is in Australia, and so that balances out our Australian time zones a little more. And then just in general, like knowing that there's going to be somebody online makes it a lot easier to log in some days.
Happy to help.
Happy to help.
Agreed.
I
don't think there's
support.
ever been
I
a time-
support you.
Which I guess could be the next thing we can get into a little bit, is that the supporting. First of all, name wise, we have rotated so many names because we wanted to make sure that the name we landed on fit everything perfectly. And so we're from the acting kind of the stage TV show-esque things. So we were trying to figure out what the best term is. At this point, I'm not even sure I can remember the other terms, but we rotated between a lot.
Extras was one of them.
Yep. So yeah, we started out with extras, which we went back and forth on because we didn't want it to feel that you weren't needed. Extra makes it seem like you're just also here, and that wasn't the vibe we wanted to give off. Let's see. I feel like there was some
I don't
others.
remember the other ones either.
Oh, it was Legacy. So we also introduced some other. Yeah, so we introduced some other behind the scenes things as well, and so there's a lot of mix up on names. But I think we landed on supporting cast, and not even necessarily leaning on the supporting side of things. But it's such a good word because even if you're just playing as is, just like I said, just having other people on the server, like that's support in its own. And so the above and beyond that of helping out with different districts and projects, and just knowing that you're available to help, or I don't know if anybody has done any behind the scenes acting yet. Has anybody?
No, not yet.
No.
Not yet. Okay, well, we won't tell you if it does happen, but we do use body doubles and throw people in different skins all the time. So Jimbo was a skeleton. That's true. But yeah, all right. I'm starting to bounce back and forth a lot and run out of topics here. But we've talked about fondest memories, expectations, maybe meeting new people or the nuances of what it's been like. I'm open to any other potential thoughts that anybody wants to discuss at this point. And I'm going to open that up to the chat as well. Any questions? I'm down for them. Dang, I was really hoping somebody'd pick up my slack.
This wasn't asked, but I will say that the hardest part of being a supporting cast member was having to start a week behind everybody else. And for good reason, but like just sitting and watching the main cast like start their builds and their stories and just be like, we can't start for another week. That was the hardest part so far.
That makes sense. Yeah. So, and there's been some discussion on that too. I think going into the next season, it won't necessarily be a week as much as it'll be just making sure that the cast gets the opportunity to start projects and stuff first. But yeah, so again, this is the first time we've done this, and so we've had we're learning it. So we did have a delayed start for the supporting cast to make sure that the cast was all settled. Because, and this is the thing I hate saying, because it sounds dirty in my mind, like sounds bad even though it's not. But at the end of the day, we are going to be a content creation first server, and so we do have to put the content creators first. And so that's why we started there, and then the supporting cast came in a little later. And like I said, I think that'll change and adjust going forward.
I think everyone here, though, I mean, we all came into this with the full knowledge that we were here to support the content creators. And
Right.
yeah, I don't think anybody has been salty about stepping to the side or starting later, or like we know that's part of the gig. And at the end of the day, we're just thrilled that we've made it a little bit easier for those who are creating content.
As we
I
see,
agree. It was hard to start a week late, but also I agree that the content is more important. It was just more so like getting a new toy and you can't play with it for a week, and it was just like, get me in there!
Yeah.
I want to do it. I want to.
And you got to watch your sibling play with it first. You're
Right.
just like, oh.
Look at they get to play.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, Jess pointed out that the main reason this year was not all of us could start on day one. We had some staggered start between the cast itself. And so that definitely played a role in that as well. Obni asks, has any of your experiences on the server made you want to start creating content? So
Really?
Nope. Okay.
not because of I think intimidation factor aside. I'm quite happy just playing, and so it's fun to play and be a part of someone else's content creation or help and support something else rather than doing it in the limelight itself.
Fair enough.
Maybe someday, but not anytime soon, I think, for myself.
That makes sense. Ben has a good point that sitting in in VC with Lucy makes us wish she made content.
I think about it sometimes.
You all are hilarious. It's painful. You carry the weight of the conversations a lot of times, and it's frustrating. Stop being so
Is
funny.
that a nice way of saying we talk a lot?
No, you're just hilarious.
I do think about content creation every now and then. Just like, that might be fun. That's a creative area I've never explored personally. But it is very intimidating to think about starting up something like that.
Oh, that definitely makes sense. Now one of you here has actually made content. So I'm gonna give you the floor for a second.
Well, yeah, I've made some Minecraft videos before, and well, right now I'm enjoying that I don't have to because there's so much editing going on. But I did make a video on Ch64 about my starting base, so that was fun.
We got a little Halloween short. Wait, was it a
Yes.
short or no? It was a full video.
No, it was not a short because I could
was
not
a-
figure out how to make a short.
That's fair. It was a short video.
It was a bit last minute, the editing process.
It's very nice. It's a build worth having a video on though. But originally, we found Elle through her content on Topia, in your storytelling and amazing editing, and so, I'm just dying for the day that you decide to make content on Channel 64 more full time. But I also I understand like life circumstances as well as just the extra time and effort and editing of it all. But we can
Yeah,
hope.
it was just yeah, one day.
All right, let me scroll up a little bit. I think I missed a question. Okay.
Oh
Oh,
yeah, Archie.
Archie, that's a fantastic question. All right, so going back to the fact that you are in a separate starting area, Archie's asked, how is it been working in a separate area? Do you still feel the sense of community, or do you feel exiled? I'll add. I'm interested in the
Bit of-
answer to this one.
Bit of both. I mean, I don't like. Everyone is just so awesome and so welcoming, and I've made fast friends with just about everyone here that I've interacted with regularly, hands down. So I certainly don't feel like any kind of outcast in that manner. No.
I mean, yeah, we're all in the same voice chat together. Like if supporting cast had to be in their own voice chat, like that would be
Oh,
a
yeah.
downer. Um,
Would be
and that
so
was the other.
mean.
That would be
That would
horrible.
be pretty bad. So yeah, we're all hanging out together and like looking at each other's builds and posting pictures. I think that was another great part of doing the Halloween district together too. Is that was kind of the first time that supporting cast and main cast got to build in the same area.
That is a good point.
Right. And I'm looking
I think
forward
it
to
would be really fun to have like a shopping district for all of us.
I agree with that. I think so. We did this season do the same as past seasons where we have built up our starting area into the shopping district so that it feels like more of a home than a shopping district. But that's definitely on the table for the future, especially with how well everything's gone. Holiday events and those things have been a great introduction to what it'll be like to build together as a whole cast in areas, and so that's definitely on the table for the future. Let's see.
Awesome.
We had one more question. Omni, what's your favorite thing about walruses? That's not an Omni central question at all.
I really like how well they turn into a Minecraft skin.
Yeah,
tusks.
that's actually a great answer though. It really does. It does lend itself well to the Minecraft skin.
They're not as good as bears, but they're pretty good.
There's a pretty good bear skin.
I like that both the males and the females have tusks. Like yeah, I like that too. Because sometimes like males of a species get the cooler features, but in walrus everybody gets tusks. So I like that about walruses.
That's a good point.
I should have known some strange animal fact was gonna come out.
I definitely did not just Google that real fast.
That's fantastic.
You're fast.
What's been your favorite adventure so far that you've been able to tag on? Or what adventure would you like to tag on in the future?
I'll probably get in trouble if I don't say that another adventure with you and Mega and Stu and Oliver.
Yes, the murder trip.
The murder trip.
That was very fun. I had fun with that. I also tagged along with Binish and Liv on stream, and I laughed so hard at that. That was fun too.
Great. And then Basil, we went raiding, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's probably the best one so far. There was that one, and there was the unintentional raid I caused over here as well, which everyone had to come and save me from.
Oh, I forgot about
That was
that.
like my first week here. Guys, I made a mistake.
That must have been embarrassing for you.
Oh yes. Yep. I tried to tackle it myself, and that just was not working.
So, and then so obviously time zone wise, L gets the short end of the stick yet because we haven't gone on an amazing adventure yet. But you do have more experience. Like I said, you've been here for longer in regards to we've had building projects together.
Yeah, building the administration base, that was a lot of fun. It was a cool project, and so many people helped. That was really cool.
Do you remember what you built for us for season 1?
I think it was a factory for some golems. Was it like copper golems you wanted to make?
Yes, Elle was
Like-
going to be the designer of Doc's Copper Golem Factory for season 1. And it was gorgeous. It was looking so good. I wish we had got it done. We got to the point where we rushed the end of the season to wrap things up and start fresh, but it was fantastic.
Thank you. But it was never finished, actually, the building.
That just shows how amazing it was. What was finished was great. All right, I had one other thought question, and it's completely slipped.
Archie had another good question in chat too.
Oh, did I miss? Am I behind on the chat? I am behind on the chat.
Yeah,
there we go. Oh, that's a great one. If you could collaborate with anyone on a build in the future, what kind of build and who with, supporting or main?
I'm down for whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I did my build, but I'd like to get in the ring at the in the fighting ring. That'd be
Oh,
fun.
the fighting
Supporting
ring.
cast
Yeah.
fight.
Yeah, I think that goes back to just like I think a lot of us have said it's been so natural with all of us. Like I'd be happy to build with any one of you.
Yeah, this isn't schmoozing with the boss at all, but I would love to build with Arrington sometime. I think our build channels would mesh well.
You know, honestly, I wonder more and more every episode if chats in general is just schmoozing with the boss. It was never meant to be this.
But that's why it keeps continuing, right?
Oh, absolutely. I'll take any opportunity.
Keeps Arrington from having to pay for therapy. He just does chats and
your head is just expanding at a exponential.
I feel so great after chats. No, I just love I love the opportunity though to talk with each of you one-on-one, maybe not one-on-one, but like to get some of the information on how you guys really feel about Channel 64 and how things are going and being able to be transparent with the community. I really do love chats and the format that we've kind of done. Yes, it ends up a lot of Channel 64 propaganda, but I enjoy it. It's fun. Let's see. I had a point about just being, I mean, the reality is this is still the beginning of supporting cast. Like, we are how many months in? When did we start season 3? That's a legit question. 2 years ago?
2 years ago.
September. Was it September? It pretty much was the beginning of September, wasn't it? That's horrifying. September.
That is.
Mid-late August. So how many months are we at? What was that, like 2, 3?
Well, we were hanging out before that.
That's true.
So, and
what I was getting at, season 3 started August 18th. I should know these things, but what I was getting at is this is just the beginning. We're still learning as we go. There's lots of improvements to be made, but also lots of collabs and opportunities for the future. As well as basing next door to people. I know Lucy and Stowe, you guys are right next door to Archie.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think Ellen. I know Elle and Basil, I believe you guys are still here in the main starting district, but there's some potential there for new bases and being neighbors to everybody, like, and then new adventures. There's so much in the works.
Yeah, definitely.
And so I guess what I'm getting at there is just like supporting cast has been a sort of experiment. We're still learning, we're still trying things, but it's been going fantastic. It's such an extension of the community. And it's been a great opportunity. So, is there? Let's see. We've gone through community questions. I think we'll start to wrap up with it. Are there any final thoughts or anything else that anybody wanted to express before we wrap up chats?
We could say like what our favorite stuff to build is, I guess. Like a little get to know you kind of thing.
Oh, absolutely. I kind of glossed right over a get to know you. Yeah, well, let's put a get to know you right at the end.
Yeah. Right at the end, or
How
instead of the
fitting.
beginning. We'll just play this in reverse.
Yeah, I'm not editing it, so this is what we get.
Blah, 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 blah.
But yeah, like Basil, what kind of building do you like to do?
Oh God, I don't actually know. Generally, I try to hide underground so people can't see what I'm doing. Usually small builds. I've not really gone to big, massive, sort of mega structures.
That's
You
fair.
got a cool little house over there. I really like it.
It is a very nice house. And I apologize. I didn't mean to be so presumptuous either, because not everybody is their favorite part of the game is building. What is your favorite part of Minecraft? What do you enjoy the most?
Adventures, to be honest. I like going out, like doing the raids or going out. The Trail Runes were an excellent expansion. I really enjoy going out and doing stuff like that.
I 100% can
general
get
farms.
behind that.
Yeah.
Elle, do you have a favorite build style?
Maybe small houses, small-ish houses I'm more comfortable with because they're easier to decorate. But I also like big buildings that just take way longer. And yeah, I also like to explore, which is really cool here on the server because there's so many things to explore now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
So that's awesome.
Okay, so
yeah, I love doing adventures too. I'm always down for that. My build style is usually big. I like building big stuff, big sprawling bases, cities. Build a lot of cities. Terraforming. I love terraforming. It's one of my favorite things to do. I could be hired if any of the cast are interested.
Ch64 chats propaganda. Like, hey,
yeah. If
you're
Careful,
interested,
Peter, somebody is going to be like, I need
advertisement.
a mountain. Just make a mountain.
Sure.
Oh man, if you were here season 1, Dave,
I'll start digging.
that mountain from Dave season 1. Woo. And then Lucy, what's your favorite part of Minecraft?
Well, besides making banners, I just enjoy hanging out with friends in Minecraft. It doesn't really matter what we're doing. I just enjoy collaborative games. As far as building goes, I like to do big builds made of small components, like building a whole town or a whole city. I've done ancient Egyptian, I've done Art Deco, planning a fairy tale build right now. I like trying to change up the build style, but yeah, I like doing a whole bunch of little connected things.
Absolutely. Yeah, breaking it up into attainable goals is fantastic.
And I like killing mobs for their heads.
That's true. The mob head pack has gotten much use from Lucy. Well, I thought I had plenty of questions, and now I'm feeling much underprepared. But it's been fantastic talking with everybody, getting some behind the scenes and everything. Feel free to drop any questions in the community Discord in the future. We're always down to answer questions, as well as there are a few other one-offs that we're going to do here. We didn't get to talk to Oliver. We have a final, well, I probably shouldn't say final, but probably one of the final supporting cast editions for the season, Eve. And so we'll do those chats as like a chats bonuses and get those up soon, as well as I'd like to talk with Sky yet in regards to joining the server. And so we've got some follow-up chats, some chats bonuses coming at some point. But from there, I think that's about all the time we've got for today. A reminder for anyone watching on YouTube, this was recorded live in the Channel64 community Discord. So if you want to hang out with us in the future and ask questions, make sure you follow that link below to join us. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
Love you, bye.
Love you, bye.
Bye.